Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show. This is the Broadcasters Roundtable as I am joined by the Newport Gulls publicist and tonight the color commentator for our broadcast, Matt Tonis, and I'm joined by Jake Garcia of the Wareham Gateman. And tonight, Matt, the Newport Gulls will take on Wareham after a tough loss last night in New Bedford. It was a 4-2 loss. Errors and walks really the story of that game for the Newport Gulls.
Yeah, Newport let up 3 runs in the first 3 innings, 1 each, and 2 of those runs were unearned, and that really told the story for Newport. A lot of miscues on swinging the bat and defensive, and that really led to the loss. Mike Coombs, after the game, though, said that physical errors are a part of the game. The players know that. He knows that. It's not a huge deal moving forward because they will happen. You just have to learn to overcome them. They just couldn't last night.
And this team, as we've been talking about since the start of the season, really short-staffed right now. Only 10 players in the lineup, 5 in the bullpen, I believe, is what the official count is right now. So you have a pitching staff that isn't taxed as they've had starters be able to go 5, 6, 7 innings. But at some point, this is going to really start to run into a problem for the Gulls until we get players in.
Yeah, you just kind of have to wait until the teams that are in the Super Regionals now are eliminated and they start coming in. Thankfully, Stanford, I believe, ends school relatively soon. Those guys will come in. But right now, you just have to rely on those starters to get deep in games, those bullpen guys to eat up innings and make sure that they don't get too taxed on their arms.
And Jake, your first year with the Wareham Gatemen. This is the 5th season that the Newport Gulls and the Gatemen have this shared exhibition game. What's the feeling for Wareham having the Gulls come in here tonight?
Well, Cooper Ferris said he's essentially going to treat this as if it were an extended tryout. He said pitchers tonight are going to go 1 inning, so expect to see between 9 and 10 pitchers just depending on the flow of the game. But for the Gatemen, it's the same story as all of summer ball in general. You're walking that fine line between showcasing yourself and your talents and still being a team player at the exact same time. It's a fine line to walk, and you'll see various of them tonight be stuck in situations in which, say, an 0-2 count happens. Do I throw a put-away pitch here, or do I go with the team motto and, waste a pitch? So it's the same thing, the same message that's preached throughout summer ball, and we'll see it here tonight.
Offensively, it might be a little bit difficult for Wareham, as we have chronicled in the 3 games for the Gulls. Going from aluminum bats and BB core bats to wood bats is really a struggle for batters, as it's really not something you see in the NCAA spring season.
Yeah, that's exactly right, but the thing that the Wareham Gatemen have going for them tonight is a lot of these tryout players come from D2, D3 schools, in which wood bats are the preferred option for those schools. So it may be a jump for the rest of this team once everyone gets back from super regionals, full contract guys as well, but for a lot of these players, they're already used to playing with wood bats.
And this is a combined game between the Cape Cod Baseball League and the NECBL. These 2 leagues are the top 2 leagues in summer collegiate wooden bat leagues across the country. And guys, what does this really mean, especially with the NECBL pushing last year 100 players drafted into Major League Baseball? What does this really mean, Matt? I'll start with you, for a team from Newport to be featured in the Cape Cod League.
Well, Newport has been considered by many to be one of the premier teams in summer collegiate baseball. So these guys know how to play at a high level, and playing against a Cape Cod team just shows that they can compete on this stage. They just choose to go to Newport instead. And both these leagues obviously have been pushing out talent into Major League Baseball for a long time. It's important for them to start early on in the season, showing that they are good enough, especially with a wood bat and against other D1 players, to move forward.
Jake, the Cape Cod League is the premier league across the country. Everybody wants to play here on the Cape. What does it mean for players coming in here, their first year experience on the Cape, and returning players coming back to Wareham?
Well, I think the message so far, and talking to a few of the players, has really been that this is the elite of the elite guys, and they're just stoked to be here. But in regards to this game, I think a lot of the times the names of leagues are kind of arbitrary. I mean, these guys just want to play summer ball, and that's the main goal out here. The leagues don't really matter. Baseball's a game of parity, and when games like this take place, I'd expect low-scoring, evenly matched games.
This game is going to be very interesting. The Newport Gulls lead the series 3-1 over the Wareham Gatemen. The game will be on live later on tonight here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Matt and I will have the call. Jake, thank you very much for joining us. The pregame show continues right after this.